Only in the natural world of the chimpanzee can we fully comprehend his nature and intelligence. On the continent of Africa, in the nation of Tanzania, one small outpost of science is dedicated to the wild chimpanzee.
Then avoids ever it charges up and continues north.
At the Gombe Stream Research Center, a dozen scientists from around the world are delving into various aspects of chimpanzee life, from the raising of the young to their vocal language. This is the nerve center of a long-range intensive investigation reaching into the East African forest. Here, for more than 10 years, continuing records have been kept on individual chimpanzees. In 1960, there was nothing here but a group of wild chimpanzees and a forest wilderness. The first human being who reached out to them was a lone young scientist, Jane Goodall.
Hello, Mike.
For 6 months, they would not let her approach within 100 yards. Now she knows the entire group as individuals.
Dave, come and have a look at Mike now.
Because of Jane Goodall, scientists from many fields are drawn to Gombe Stream. Dr. David Hamburg is an MD from Stanford University, a psychiatrist who studies chimpanzees because of their close biological relationship to man.
Yes. I must say he looks well. And they say he's put on quite a few pounds since he lost his dominance. I think that's maybe because he's sort of not so much more relaxed.
The chimps of Gombe have earned a lasting niche in the scientific world. Through them, we have gained our most intimate and revealing look at natural primate behavior. A decade ago, it was generally believed that chimpanzees were vegetarians. In studying this group, Jane Goodall, backed by the National Geographic Society, discovered the truth about their eating behavior. Not only do they eat meat on occasion, but from time to time organize into hunting parties to capture small monkeys. Meat promises more than nourishment. It becomes the center of a primitive feast. For the chimpanzees, a very real social event. It is perhaps the one occasion when dominance fades. The hunter eats first, and the others share the spoils. For some unknown reason, the chimps usually chew leaves while they feast on meat. Perhaps it aids digestion, or maybe the chimps set the style in salad eating. For 2 years, Jane Goodall followed the chimpanzees alone. Then came a wildlife photographer, Baron Hugo van Lawick, to capture her work on film. He was captivated by the British girl who lived among the apes, and in him she found an understanding partner who shared her dedication to the animals. They married and have never relinquished the freedom of the forest, where they have their work, each other, and the animals whose world they have become a part of. The unprecedented film studies of Hugo van Lawick and Jane Goodall's patient, methodical approach combine to revolutionize our fundamental ideas of apes and man. Using twigs they have broken to length and stripped of leaves, the chimpanzees draw termites from a nest. Jane Goodall's discovery that the chimps not only use but manufacture tools significantly changed the scientific definition of man. He could no longer be classified as the only maker of tools. Their achievement is a simple one by human standards, but it elevates them far above all other animals, save one. Jane Goodall did not come to Gombe stream to prove any preconceived ideas or theories. Her approach is still to watch and learn. One of her most dramatic discoveries occurred by accident. With bananas, chimpanzees were regularly drawn to the camp for filming and close-range observation. In 1967, Dr. Peter Marler of Rockefeller University was recording the sounds of the chimpanzee. Unexpectedly, they documented a startling drama of primitive emotions. The chimps had been, for the most part, good-natured and amiable. Now dissension and bickering erupted over the bananas. A tranquil society was transformed by sudden riches. The most dominant revealed an unsuspected selfish streak. The weaker had to beg. All the gestures of dominance and submission emerged. As long as the bananas lasted, there was tension and frustration among the once easygoing community. Living in their natural state, there is usually no reason for selfishness, no need to beg or fight for food. The vegetation in the forest is almost unlimited and belongs to all. This outburst, it was realized, had its origins long before this day. Large numbers of chimpanzees had begun to congregate around the feeding station. With congestion came tension and competition. A wealth of bananas had triggered outright aggression. The problem was solved by eliminating this kind of feeding, and the chimpanzees resumed their normal ways.
All around him, the leaves are changing color and falling. Look, Aunt Flo. It's funny, isn't it? Aunt Flo.
In the raising of her own son, Grub, Jane Goodall has applied some of the natural methods of child rearing learned from the chimpanzees. As an infant, he was constantly handled and carried and played with. Never in a playpen, never alone.
That's right,
Her belief that we have much to learn from the chimpanzee is for Jane Goodall a personal act of faith.
Before the blossom can come again in the spring, he tells her. Goodness, look, there's a cherry landing on her head. See? Isn't that funny? What's this word?
3 generations of chimpanzees are now part of Jane Goodall's life. It took years to do what no one else had done, win their trust and confidence. From her understanding of these animals has come unexpected insight, an increased appreciation of mankind. These chimpanzees are a source of growing wonder, a reminder of how far humanity has really come in the evolution of man's intellect and language, his ability to love unselfishly, to appreciate and create beauty. Perhaps the narrowing chasm between man and apes will not be spanned by science alone, but by understanding and compassion.
Hello, Flo. Hello, Flo.